So, got a CIVIVI, and it's a big one. Look at the size of this thing, man. This is the Concept 22. OD green, G10 handle, silver bead blasted D2 blade. Yeah, I mean, this thing looks like a beast. Got a nice Kydex sheath with a CIVIVI branded. I mean, it's sealed in there. Maybe no, I got to get that out of there. Come on, man. How am I going to check the knife in if I can't try that sheath? Got to try it. All right. We getting into stuff. There we go. And I believe this can rotate. Yeah, so the distance here is the same as the distance here. So you could turn it this way. And so it's set up right now to carry it up and down, but you could carry it crosswise. Yeah, nice. Very solid and clearly adjustable. You can adjust this bar for the belt size that you have. You can make it narrower. So if you have a narrower belt, it'll be more secure in there versus sliding around inside there. Very secure. Yeah, I dig it. Got a few options. You could bring it down farther. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of options with this knife, but anyways, it's got a lanyard. Let's see, care, nice big cloth. I'd like to confiscate that, but I'm gonna leave it be. All right, let's get this knife out of here. Put all this stuff back. I'll even put back this bag. And ooh, look at this thing, man. I'm gonna get this cardboard out of this plastic bag. And then a little tip protector. Okay. It's got a pretty cool lanyard on it. Nice braided paracord. I think that's paracord. I don't know. I'm not a lanyard aficionado, so it's kind of beyond me. But I dig it. It belongs on this knife. That works. I mean, wow, is this thing front heavy? I mean, full tang. Nice, huge, big chunk of D2. Let's see what the badging says. So it says CIVIVI. It's got a stonewashed, flat stonewash finish on it. Several different grinds going here. Flat grind, nice bevel, swedge on the top. Pretty sharp point. I mean, I'd say that's needle sharp. And then on the other side, I'm going to guess that's the designer's moniker. Is that TK? And then there you can see the D2 hiding right in there. Yep. Got this nice G10. I mean, wonderful texture on this G10. Let's see if I can get it focused. Here we go. Yeah, it's got a great texture. You can feel it. A lot of times, you see this and it's a really smooth surface, but this stuff is not smooth. It's got texture in it. Pretty cool. Hardware, so the scales are removable. Be easy to dye them if I wanted to. And I'm pretty sure this green would take purple or red. I think it would. So no jimping up top, but wonderful handle shape. The hand just locks in there. Wonderful. It's fairly thin right here, so it's really easy to really get a hold of it. And but it's heavy. I mean, this thing's made for chopping. I'm not exactly sure what. Like, would you chop like kindling wood with this? I guess maybe. I mean, would this qualify as a bushcraft? I'm not a real expert on that kind of stuff, but I mean, this thing seems like it could put in work, man. I don't think I'd have too many concerns about it being delicate. That's for sure. And then it does show this choil to choke up, so you could choke up here, and I mean, I don't know. Would you shave? Yeah. I mean, I want to see that. I mean, if you got one of these and you're that kind of manly man that you literally would, you know, pull this down on your whiskers, man. Wow. Nonsense. Yeah, I'm digging it. So the reason I bought this was I saw an eBay seller running these, and the standing price on them, like less than a day out, was like under $40. And so I thought, man, I gotta get in on one of these. So I did, and I won it for a really reasonable price. And I thought, hey, for that price, I'm happy to put it in my collection. Let's check this sheath. Oh yeah, very locked in. You know, this knife could easily be carried sideways. Right now, it's meant to go up. I'm not sure how functional this is for a hunting knife, but it definitely could dress and skin. I mean, with that big fat belly, if this thing's sharp, which let's find out. I mean, it's definitely sharp, but it feels kind of rough. So, you know what? Let's strap it. I like these fixed blade videos because they give me an opportunity to put a little time into other stuff and keep the video reasonable. Because if this is a folder, I mean, I got pocket clips and disassembly and all kinds of other stuff I'm doing. And when it comes time to this part of the video, I look at the counter, and I'm like, man, I'm at 25 minutes, and so I want to get through all this. So in a lot of the videos, I pause this, and I don't illustrate how I put a little time into stropping and my method. I mean, I'm really just trying to match that bevel and then just take my time through it. I'm not in any kind of hurry with that. Somebody asked me recently, hey, can you overstrop a blade? And my answer was, I don't think so. I mean, that's a piece of leather that's got a little bit of compound on it. And I don't know if you can tell, but it definitely, you know, starts to polish up that edge. That edge is polished from that process. But that's all it's doing. It's polishing. It's not removing steel, and it's definitely not going to reprofile the blade. I mean, if the blade needs to be reprofiled, you know, that's going to take a stone or a grit on a belt. And so, I mean, you've watched me do this. I mean, the number of strokes that I've gone through, and I don't know if you can tell, but that edge is shining up, and I'm doing that on purpose. I want to show that with a little bit of care and patience and a strop. I mean, I didn't even put fresh compound on here. Let's see if we can show that. Do you see the polish on that blade now? Just from running it on that strop. Look at that thing. I dig it. All right, let's see if it's sharp though. I mean, did I dull it up? Because if I dulled it up, it changes everything, doesn't it? I mean, I don't think I dulled it up. And there's like a point here that I think if you were cutting, that can be a point, yeah, for real. And then of course the main point definitely could be a point. You know, the weight of that blade will, I mean, it'll shred. Just the weight of the blade. I mean, that thing's crazy sharp, and it polished it up. You know, I mean, it looks good. Sticky. Yeah, I like it. Very nice. So, I mean, I had a chance to show that a little bit of strop work is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But you got to be patient with it, man. I mean, I think sometimes strop work gets... I mean, and I'm one of the ones that say it. Like, stropping's not hard. I mean, I think sometimes... I mean, I've watched some guys, and they strop, and very meticulous and precise, and there's certain strokes and all this stuff. And I'm more of the, yeah, I don't think it takes all that. But I do, through practice, really go through great lengths to just run on that bevel and match that angle. I mean, I'm not holding my strop flat, and the angle of my blade isn't exactly 90 to the ground either, but what I'm looking for is that bevel right there to lay flat on that strop, so that when I run forward and away, I'm running right on that bevel. I'm matching that bevel. Now, am I doing that 100% perfect? Absolutely not. There's no way that I'm holding that angle perfectly. But I think that lends itself to what I'm saying is I don't think it's that accurate of a science. I think that there's room in a strop like that it doesn't have to be treated so meticulously. Now, I know others don't agree because I've watched their stuff and they say, oh, it's, and me, I just run through it, and ultimately I'm just trying to knock that burr off. And one of the other things to knock that burr off is to take that edge of that knife and run it on a piece of wood, just like that. Just run that blade right down a piece of wood, because if there's a burr on there, that should help to take that off. And then if I did that, then maybe I'd go one or two more passes on the strop itself, just so that if it knocked it down, right now that leather's ripping it off the blade. And that's really what I'm trying to do with that strop, is just to get rid of any micro burrs that are on it. Here's my standard old phone book paper. Let's see how it does on it. Yeah, pretty good. All right, so, I mean, I dig it, man. I like this handle. I like the heft of the blade, and I do think that I could do some chopping with it and probably work an animal with this. I could probably get up in there and do what I had to do with this. The sheath is awesome. It's got a great grip. It's got a wonderful thumb platform to release the knife from the sheath. I like it. Overall, man, pretty cool. Let's go this way with it. You know what? Let's get that out of there and go like that. How about that? All right. Well, there's the imagery for you. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Check it out. Let me give you price and availability. So, fixed pricing on a fixed blade, this fixed blade, is right around $90. So if you wanted to just go buy one and have it shipped to you, I mean, you could go to a couple of different sites and probably find this, and you're right around 90 bucks. Look at the polish on that edge just by running it on that strop, man. I mean, there's a little compound on that strop. There's green on the one side and then white on the other. So, yeah, I mean, puts a really nice little polish on that edge. Um, but there's a couple of auctions running, live auctions on eBay. That's how I picked this one up. And I mean, if you're patient, I think you might be able to get one for half of that. So, yeah, the CIVIVI Concept 22. Check it out.